Hi dear students, good morning to all. Today we are going to see the third prose from our Honeydew book. The title of the chapter is Glimpses of the Past, written by S.D. Shawant. He was otherwise called as Shivaji Shawant. He was an Indian novelist in the Marathi language. He is known as Mrityunjay for writing the famous Marathi novel Mrityunjay. He was the first Marathi writer to be awarded with the prestigious Murti Devi Award in 1994. He wrote a book Mrityunjay based on Karna, on the leading character of the epic Mahabharata. He was born on 31st August 1940 in Ajara and he died on 18th September 2002 in Goa. His famous and well-known books are Mrityunjaya, Moravala, etc. Let's get into the prose. Glimpses of the past. Before getting into the chapter, let's see the warm-up area before you read. Here are some pictorial glimpses of the history of our country from 1757 to 1857. These pictures and speech bubbles will help clarify your understanding of the conditions that led to the event known as the First World War of Independence in 1857. Today we are going to see the past of our country. When we remember about the past, one thing that comes to our mind, it is the terrible British rule. While the British came to India for the purpose of trade, but by the time they left in 1947, they had already ruled over India for more than 100 years. Unbelievably, British became rich, but the Indians lost their lives and their livelihoods. And by the time they went or they left India, India was split into very many unhappy parts. This chapter talks about the history of India from the years 1757 to 1857 till the First War of Independence, that is 1857. The chapter Glimpses of the Past, written by S.D. Shawant, where he given excerpts in the form of comic about the incidents that happened in those days. This chapter is a pictorial representation of 9 main incidents of the First War of Independence. Let's see the 9 main incidents one by one. The first one, the marches. The second one is that the company's conquest in the year 1757 to 1849. The third one is that British rule in the year 1765 to 1836. The fourth one is that Ram Mohan Roy in the year 1772 to 1832. The fifth one is oppression in the year 1765 to 1835. Sixth one is dissatisfaction in the year 1835 to 1856. Seventh one is the sparks in the year 1855 to 1857. The eighth one is that revolt in the year 1857. The last and the final incident is that the fight for freedom in the year 1857. Let's start with the first part, the martyrs. Let's start the first part, the martyrs. Martyrs means those who died in war. Look at the picture. Now, this is the function in Delhi, and you can see the famous singer Lata Mangeshkar, who was singing the patriotic song about the martyrs who gave up their lives for the independence. Leaders such as Jalal Nehru and Indira Gandhi or listening to the song that urged everybody to remember the sacrifice of the freedom fighters. Jawaharlal Nehru is reminded of Gandhiji, Netaji, Bhagat Singh, and many others. This was the song which has been sung by the famous singer Lata Mangeshkar. A Mere Watan Ke logo is always been closer to every Indian hearts because it is reminds us of sacrifices made by our respectable freedom fighters. They made our life today. The second part from the chapter Glimpses of the Past is that the company's conquest. Conquest means victory in the year 1757 to 1849. Let's see the first one. With its superior weapons, the British East India Company was extending its power in 18th century India. So look at the Indian map. Here you can see it was in the year 1765. The yellow area that has been ruled by the Indian prince, and the pink area it was ruled by the British territory. Indian princes were short-sighted. So here in 1757, Indian East India Company was in a strong position compared to the Indian prince. They had superior weapons. Besides, the Indian prince were short-sighted in their approach to the events of the time. What is meant by short-sighted? Narrow-minded. Indian princes were fighting each other. They often sought the help of the company to defeat other princes. So while they were fighting each other with the Indian prince, they seek the help from the British people. So they will help me to defeat him. Here, that upstart Raja Bagh call Indian merchants. So here the Indian prince, he is calling the English merchant to defeat the opposite Indian prince. The people had no peace due to such constant fights. So due to this fighting, people they were seriously disturbed. They often sought help from the company to defeat other princes. This worked in favor of the company. It could easily subdue means control, these princes one after other. So here the rivalries helped the East Indian Company and it could easily subdue Indian princes one by one. So rivalry means here the enmity between the Indian prince themselves, that they helped, they seek help from the East Indian Company. With that help, they could subdue the Indian princes one by one. So here the Indian princes they were fighting each other. As they need help from the East Indian Company to defeat the other prince, this worked in favor of the company and it could easily control the other princes one after the other. And as for seeking, ruler like brave Tupu of Mysore fought the British till he died fighting. So, however, see here the brave Tipu Sultan of Mysore, he himself fought the British people and he died in the battlefield fighting with the English till the death. Here we are going to see some conversation of the people. How did Indians react to these conquests? Conquest means victory that has been done by the British people. So here the first person, he is telling that thank God there is peace in the country now, no more wars and no looting by thugs. So loot means it's a private property taken by the enemy in the war, and by thugs means criminals. So for the next person here, it is God who sent the British. Here the positive comments about the British people. Our destiny is linked with them. So the final moving and the final destiny where they are going to is linked with the British people. That's what the conversation between the people. And here the negative comments are the white people has killed and dethroned. Dethroned means remove from power of our kings. So these are the negative parts of the comment of the British rule. And now kings were not good, but after all they were of this land. So they are just commenting about the king who are all who are ruling the country land, and they are not good. That's what the comment that was being discussed in the within the people. And another person who is telling that now we have become slaves for foreigners. So here at last the person he is telling that we are going to be a slave for the foreigners. These are the general reactions to the British rule was not the same everywhere in India. There were some who thanked British and who are some others who used to degrade and subjected the foreign rule as a bad one. So these are the conversation and discussion about the conquest. The third part we are going to see here is British rule in the year 1765 to 1836. So here the religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. So here the social fabric was in bad shape. Religious leader they started preaching obscure practice like untouchability and children marriage, and anyone who crosses the seas loses his religion. So here in truth Indians had lost their self-respect. The British scorned them. So this is the reason that the truth was that Indians had really lost their self-respect. So British they started to scorn them. Scorn means reject. They started to reject the Indians and to humiliate them. They started to humiliate them. So the natives are unworthy to trust and incapable of honesty. True your honor, but I am honest. Being merchants, the British wanted quick profits, for their heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. But your men are taking all my crop. You are still in arrears. If you don't pay next week, I'll send you into jail. So the farmers and the artisans were the worst hit. Heavy taxes have been charged for the farmers, and they asked to leave the fields if the payment is not paid. Arrears means payment, the remaining pending money. If it is not paid, they'll be asked to send it to the jail. Inevitably, famines followed between 1822 to 1836, and 1836, 15 lakh Indians died of starvation. So, due to the punishment given to the farmers, famine arose. Extreme famine means extreme scarcity of food. Due to the scarcity of food, 15 lakh Indians they were died in starvation without food. Starvation means without food. After that, still the British invented more methods which gave them more profit. So, as to gain more profit, they started to humiliate and they started to hit over the farmers. The great manufacture, the goods that were manufactured in England should not have any important duty when brought into India. A good ideas. Here the conversation between the East Indian Company, that is the British people conversation. The East Indian Company's laws began to cripple Indian industries. It started to hit over the Indian industries, and as for that, the British policies ruined the expert artisans. So they started to hit over and they started to fight against the artisans and their business. The fourth point is that Ram Mohan Roy in the year 1772 to 1833. Ram Mohan Roy, a learned man from Bengal, understood what was wrong with the country. So they are discussing with another person. Let us not despise ourselves. Our ancient culture is great, and we are capable of greater achievements, and we must first reform our society. Superstitions have been ruining us. Here Ram Mohan Roy understood what was wrong with the country, and he tried to reform the society. He tried to cleanse all the social fabrics from the society. And he told his wife Uma, cows are of different colors, but the colors of their milk is same. Different teachers have different opinions, but the essence of every religion is the same. Here the person Ram Mohan Roy tried to tell that he taught people that the main perspective of all the religions were the same. So all the religion that they convey is the only single thing, that love and affection. So the character Ram Mohan Roy, he was attracted by the science and modern knowledge, and knowledge should be practiced and scientific. He crossed the seas and went to England to see what made the British powerful. There he told them, "We accept you as rulers, and you must accept us as subjects. But you must remember the responsibility a ruler owes to his subjects." So here it means, so as British East Indian Company, British people are the rulers. They accepted, and the Indians are accepted it. But the British people should accept these people as their subject, and they have to rule them properly without any trouble, without giving any trouble to those people. So this was the matter that he conveys. So as I told you, he went to England. There he reminded the British that the rulers too had a duty towards their subjects. He started newspaper in India. The suspicious British stopped them in 1823. So here they started to protest against Ram Mohan Roy, and they stopped his own newspaper in the year 1823. The word oppression means control in a cruel manner. The fifth main incident is that oppression in the year 1765 to 1835, but the British continued to oppress Indians. In 1818, they had passed Regulation 3. Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. At the time, British officers in India drew big salaries and also made fortunes in private business. Here in oppression, in the year 1818, the resolution was passed. Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. British officers drew large salaries. As British officers, they are receiving large salaries. Besides, they made fortunes in business. Fortune means a force that affects human affairs. Year 1829, Britain was exporting British goods worth of 7 crores rupees to India. British prospered on the company's loot. Loot means private property that has been taken from an enemy in the war. While the Indian industries began to die, Governor General Benedict reported back home the bones of cotton weavers and bleaching the plains of India. Meaning of the line, the bones of cotton weavers and bleaching the plain of India. It means the British had been making riches, and they have been prospering over the ruined Indian industries. So as they just planned a game and they just hit over the Indian industries and make the people and the Indian government die. The sixth part is that dissatisfaction in the year 1835 to 56. Education in India was in Persian and Sanskrit. In year 1835, an Englishman named Maclay suggested a change. We should teach the natives through the English language. I agree. So here the conversation between the two person, and in the beginning, in the year of the 1835, Lord Maclay suggested that medium of education in India should be in English. The proposal was cleared and carried out. So they started the language in English. The main aim to teach in English is that in English education they try to produce clerks to whom the British gave petty jobs under them. Incidentally, it also produced a new generation of intellectuals. We must educate our brothers and try to improve their material conditions. For that, we must convey our grievance to the British Parliament. So here, the proposal has been carried out and it was changed as English as their language, and the main was to produce an army of clerks to assist the British. It happened, but it also produced a new generation of intellectuals. Some of them tried to educate the masses, and some decided to convey the grievances to the people, to the parliament. In the year of 1856, almost the British had conquered the whole India. Look at the Indian map here. In that, the yellow area that has been ruled by the Indian prince, and the pink area that are all ruled by the British army. They cared little about the needs of Indians. So here the conversations, discussion between the people, among the people regarding the British that conquered the whole India. Our kings have become puppets and we have lost our old jobs and lands. They are converting our brothers. You only talk, don't do something to drive them out. So here in the public, they are showing the dissatisfaction towards the British people, and people wanted to get rid of the British army out of India. Seventh incident is that the Sparks in the year of 1855 to 57. Taxes continued to ruin the peasants. Peasants means farmers. It was started to charge to the farmers. In Bengal, the Santals who had lost their lands under new land rules became desperate. Desperate means the condition became bad. In the year of 1855, they rose the rebellion. They started a rebellion and they massacred. Massacred means killed Europeans and their supporters alike. The discontent was brewing in the East Indian Company army too. The white soldiers get the huge pay and the mansion. Mansion means living room to live in servants, while we get pittance. Pittance means very less amount and slow promotions. The aggress asked us to cross the sea, which is against the religion. Who is the Topiwala to abolish our age-old customs? We must drive out of the aggress. Thousands of other sepoys revolt and they were stripped of their uniforms. Sepoy Mangal Pandey attacked the adjutant of the regiment and he was executed, humiliated and put in irons. Few Englishmen had heard to understand Indian customs or the pupil's mind. O proud Brahmins, do you know that the grease of the bullet you have to bit is made from the fat of cows and pigs? What? The white man has deceived as to. Soon chapatis were sent from village to village to tell the people that their emperor would want their services. Yes, all my village men will be ready. Similarly, lotus flowers circulated among the Indian soldiers. Death to the foreigners. The mass gave all help and shelter to the patriots. So, here in this parts, we can see the tribe group called Santals. They were all completely annoyed by the British rule and they lost their lands. As because of that, they started to kill many Europeans and the servants. The Indian soldiers were stripped up and the uniform and they were beaten up. So, as they were heard about the fat of the cows and the pigs, but soon the moment of freedom they started to gear up. They started sending messages via chapatis and lotus flowers amongst the masses, and there was Mangal Pandey who tried to fight off the British soldier and he killed one adjutant. Adjutant means he is the administrative officer from the army, but later he was executed. The eighth incident is revolt in the year of 1857. Then there was a violent outbreak of Meerut. Outbreak means eruption. The sepoys marched to Delhi. Long live our Emperor Bahadur Shah. Rebellion spread wider. Many landlords had lost their lands because of the British policies and they were sore. Sore means unhappy. The white men's rule must end. Yes, we will help you. So, this was the conversation in the part of rebel. Here, the famous revolt of 1857 was started from Meerut. The sepoys were marched towards Delhi and they started praising Bahadur Shah. He helped them in this rebellion, but this rebellion was spreading like a fire. Even the landlords who lost their lands joined in it. Every Indian, men, women, child, and everyone, they joined and started in this movement. And they realized that it was the time that the British to leave the country. The last but not the least is that the fight for freedom. In the year 1857, many former rulers like Begum Hazar Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. The white man has taken away my kingdom. Popular leaders like Maulvi Ahmadullah of Fiazbad told the people, rise, brother, rise. The Angres is ruining our land. They joined to pursue against the foreigners. Pursuit means increase. People rose everywhere in Bareilly, Kanpur, and Allahabad. Azimullah Khan told Tatya Topo, we should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader in this war of independence. The patriots pounced means attacked upon the British and fought pinched battles all over the North India. 80-year-old Kanwar Singh of Bihar received a bullet on his wrist. Mother Ganga, this is my last offering to you. By the year of 1857, many rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal and Maulvi Ahmadullah had also started to grow up unhappy with the British rule, and Azimullah Khan advised Tatya to start the war of independence, while the other story of Kanwar Singh of Bihar, he was shot by the bullet in his waist and To save himself, he cut off his waist and gave it to the river Ganga. By the end of 1857, when and why we have seen the incidents now, we know that the entire India had jumped into the rebellion against the British and they had jumped into the fire against the revolt against the British rule. And the rest is the history. We know what happened after that. Ultimately, because of the sacrifice of the freedom fighters, today we were able to be free, definitely enjoying the independence. Yes, definitely. Only because of the sacrifices of the freedom fighters, we are happy and we are enjoying our independence now. That's all from the glimpses of the past. Thank you, one and all.